Hey Nishana, here's the 2005 M3 Coupe that you've been talking to Dave Smith about. Vehicle is carbon black on cinnamon interior. Always been a fairly popular color combination on the M3s. The cinnamon interior kind of lightens things up regularly than have that traditional black interior, so just something a bit different. Upgrades on the vehicle, you can see it does have the 19-inch wheels. Those are offset sizing, so a little bit larger on the rear than the front. Just give you kind of a bit of a walk around here. Headlights are bi-xenon, so high beam and low beam, and they do auto level up and down. And just in the front of that, you can see on the angle there, headlight washer as well. So every 3 times you spray your windshield, the headlights are going to get washed. And that does have the rain-sensitive wiper blades as well, so they'll go as fast or as slow as they need to keep the windshield clean. Although the M3 is kind of in the same category as just being a Bmw coupe than like say a 325 or a 330, it is on a completely different platform. BMW really takes every piece of engineering they have and they integrate it into this vehicle, and they push the performance to the very limit that they can. Very distinct kind of attributes to the M3. First off are the gills on the side of the quarter panel there. Also the power dome on the hood, which from the side angle, I'll show you right now, just gives you a much more pronounced look on the engine. Side mirrors are much more formed and sculpted. The fender wells you can see on the front end as well are really bulged out, and the same with on the rear, just to allow for that wider wheel package. From the front end, you have a really aggressive front mouth. You can see that front apron sculpting all the way down with the 2 inserts in the corners, right there and there. Pretty aggressive looking front end to the car. And this body style of the M3s, the new ones have been changed from 2008 going forward. This one in my mind had probably the most traditional BMW lines. You always knew it was a BMW going down the road. So this is a very distinct looking vehicle, kind of with the traditional European lines to it. Show you the auto sealing side mirrors, or side windows, so you see when you roll this up and down. Window locks up into a little joint there, so you have a tighter window seal. And from the rear, LED taillights with the clear lenses, as well as that quad exhaust from the back. Just showing you the rear angle. And then the M3s are also standard with that little 3M lip spoiler on the back. I've seen larger ones, but that's great. I mean, just something very subtle, just changes the look of the car, gives it a little bit more flair in the back end. Trunk release. Throwing that up, they've really done a great way of integrating a lot more cargo room in the back of the vehicle. A lot of times these sport coupes that you compare it to within, say, the G35s or Nissan 350Zs, or most comparable models for the Mercedes, they don't have much of a trunk in them. This one is 60/40, so it folds right down. And you also have the upgraded Harman Kardon sound system. So in this box right here is the 2 subwoofers. Just pulling the release right here, and throw that seat right down. And they've also done away with the cargo arms that go into the cargo area. They usually fold in there like this. They have shocks and hinges, so that gives you a little bit more cargo space. Harman Kardon sound system. From the interior, there's your door panels. So you get that cinnamon insert across on the side. There's a look from the interior there. Memory seating, that's all power, and that's also coded to the laser cut keys. Quick little release here to fold the seat up. When you do so, you'll watch the seat actually kind of anchor up on a cantilever system that gives you more storage room or easier access to the back seat. Length extension in the front here. That folds right in and out. And really bolstered seats, so when you sit in it, you're really kind of cradled in place. Automatic headlights, so when you come to nighttime driving, their xenon headlights are going to pop on when they need to. And the fog light button right here. Rest of the features, you have the multifunction steering wheel with audio controls here, and up and down in stereo presettings or CD tracks. Cruise control on the right hand side. And then the onboard computer feature right there, just by tapping in, we'll go through different settings you have on the dash. Outside air temperature, fuel economy right now while the vehicle is sitting still is obviously not the greatest. 203 kilometers till empty. And then your kilometers per hour, and then the time, which is due to be reset, and then back to outside air temperature. It flashes 3 times usually, just to let you know that the outside air temperature is fairly cold, so it's kind of a frost warning. Now 47,396 kilometers on the car, and you can see the RPM range has lights, 2 red ones under the 8,000 red line, and then you have the 7,000 here. So red line does actually start around this area and kind of come back, but you can see it's also got the little gray spots that come up to about 4. So when the vehicle is cold, that's going to be lit up, and as the vehicle's or the engine's temperature warms up, the RPM range or the red line will actually relax down to about 7,500. So very high revving, naturally aspirated 6-cylinder engine. It's a 3.2 liter, great power plant. It has a lot of new features there. Independent throttle bodies per cylinder. This is your row down here, heated seats, so high, medium, and low. Also has upgraded dynamic stability control. Now that's unique. Most traction controls just stop wheel spin. What this does, it has a yaw sensor in the middle of the car, the same as what an airplane does. So it judges pitch and roll of the vehicle. So as the back end of the car slides out, coming around a corner, it powers down the engine and applies the ABS brakes as it needs to recorrect the path of the car, bringing it straight again. So it makes it a really nice functional vehicle for winter driving as well. Right here, turn that light on. That's going to activate the 2 subwoofers we saw in the trunk. Reset for the flat tire monitoring system. Sport. Now what that does is it actually has the ability to retard and advance the timing in the engine and increase throttle response. So it takes on a much more aggressive driving habit. The vehicle with that off is going to be quite tame actually. It's easy to drive, easy clutch, not going to be over revving or anything there to operate. When you tap that button on, much more reactive and sensitive vehicle. Kind of brings out that race inspired engineering that you have in the car. And then you have the heated seats on the passenger side. Digital climate controls with air projection, front window defroster up there with rear window defroster. Great sound system. The Harman Kardon sound system is the kind of flagship they had to offer in 2005. Not overwhelming amounts of bass, but just real nice clarity. The rear view mirror on the M3s are also unique too. They have a very oval kind of designer on the sides. You have a light underneath here. There's a theft deterrent light, and that is auto dimming as well. So that will dim for bright shining lights from the back. Just going to show you the hood here as well on the engine. One little release right there. And they make the hood release very easy to find and operate. Actually, when you pop that open, it just has a little tab right there, which you just pull open. And also, to note, you can't really see, I'm not sure the camera will show it through, but this is equipped with 3M Scotch Gal. I'll try and get a little closer here if you can see. But the Scotch Gal has, you can see a little line across there. It's a thin plastic taping on the front end that protects the front end of the car against stone chips. So the front end of the vehicle, if you can kind of see through the camera, it shows as flawless. There's no stone chips or anything to see. Lifting this up. Again, it's a 3.2 liter inline 6-cylinder engine. You have the M badging across on the front end. And right here you have independent throttle bodies per cylinder. And a factory strut bar across the front. A little more structural integrity. The battery is in the back of the vehicle, but if you ever decide, or if you're wanting to boost another car, you can just put the positive post right there. And yeah, 333 horsepower at the rear wheels, 262 pound-foot torque, and 8,000 redline. It truly is a race-inspired vehicle. And with all that engineering in the vehicle, it actually still does oil changes every 24,000 kilometers, so very infrequent servicing that's required on the car. and no real additional maintenance. It's pretty user-friendly. So I'm looking at the car for roughly about 10 minutes here with this video, so if you want, you can give Dave a quick call back, and he can go over the details with you then.